So today we're going to be talking about getting an instant response where, all the time we're talking about getting our dogs to sit and getting our dogs to lie down, but how do you get it instantaneous? How do you make that happen when you say down, your dog downs, or when you say sit, your dog sits? And I think it's important, in general, just to talk about, and you'll learn more about this in the other videos as we talk about tools, but my go-to leash really is a slip lead in general, because I can control how intense it is and where it's placed on the dog's neck. And you don't have to apply a lot of the pressure like you would with a choke collar and chains and hanging them up. And so in general, my go-to is the slip lead, and you'll see that a lot in my videos as we go through and what we're using. If I use something different, I'll always explain why I'm using it. The other piece is, I think it's important to know, the dog that I'm demonstrating with today, he's here for a boot camp training, and he is a rescue, and he was rescued off of a reservation, and so he's got some survival instincts in him that has not always been pleasing for being in a home and being in a family. And so we've really had to focus in with him and creating him understanding what the word no means, and also getting that instant response, because he is reactive and he actually is kind of a bully with other dogs and with certain people. And so we've really worked on him understanding what no means and disciplining him appropriately so that he doesn't shut down, but he understands that there are other things that he can do. So I'm just going to demonstrate in this video on how to get an instant response, and that comes with timing as well. So when you're putting the slip lead on, I'm going to put it on as if I'm looking right at you and you are the dog's nose. So it makes the letter P. And when I'm looking at the dog, it makes the letter P. So when I place it on and I put them to my left side, you have a good release to it. So I'm going to put this on Odie, who's laying here and settling. I'm going to put it up behind his ears, and this little piece here gauges how big our loop is going to be around their neck and where we want it placed. So when we're getting an instant response, it's important to create a release and always have a release, and never create tension when we're with our dogs. If we're always creating tension, then we're creating tension in them and us. So first of all, when you're getting an instant response, you have to always have a release, and the release has to be the norm and constant, so that when you do ask for the command and you apply the pressure means something. If a dog always feels this pressure, then the pressure doesn't mean anything. So our release is really important to get that. Odie's got some really nice eye contact going on here. So we're going to work on getting an instant sit without having to correct our dogs, and Odie knows what sit means. So I'm going to ask for a sit. It's a matter of timing of how quickly I apply my pressure. As soon as his bum hits the ground, my pressure goes away, and I'm going to make it big so they feel the big release, and I can start finessing that as I get better at my pressure and release. Sit. I'm going to apply pressure. I apply, the dog can still breathe. I'm not hanging the dog up. The feet are not coming off the ground. As soon as his bum goes to the ground, then the pressure is released. Good. Sit. That's very good. You notice I'm not using food in this because we're past that point of food. We now want to start getting an instant response. So I'm going to step forward, sit. Nice, good boy. Good. He started to lay down, so I applied a little pressure upwards. Good. That's very good sit. That's nice. I step, sit. I'm not getting an instant, so I'm applying the pressure that I need to get the instant reaction. Good boy. Good. Good. Because of videoing and explaining, my timing with the reward is off. So now I'm going to just be quiet and work him for a minute so you can see what that pressure and release and timing is to get the instant response. Sit. Good. That's nice. Very good. Sit. Good. That's good boy. Very good. That's nice. Good, Sharma. Sit. Good. That's good. Very nice. I really like to reward at the chest and not really focus in over top. You notice we have another dog in the house for distractions, and she's just doing her own thing, and an old dog hanging out. So we're just going to let her be and do her thing and get excited as we go. So now I want to talk about the down and getting an instant response with down in our next video.